So I think now, Nada, we have to go into details talking about reading section in the IELTS exam. Now, before we start, let me ask you these warm-up questions. Question number one, how often do you read something in English?
Um, More often, not that much. Mm, Maybe some videos on social media,
Very
or some short text.
short texts. Okay, what kind of texts do you read? Is it short, maybe short stories or scientific texts or something concerning to education or what kind of passages, Nada?
Something concerning the healthy habits, about children,
Mhm,
uh,
mhm, mhm.
food, maybe
Bravo,
like this.
amazing. Okay, thank you so much. Now, question number two. What for you is challenging about reading in English?
Because now I'm interested in speaking, so I'm watching the vocabulary,
Hmm. Hmm.
the question, how the sentence is written.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more information.
Exactly. Okay. Nada, have you tried to read a certain passage in English and you have not understood anything about this passage?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh, it happened. It
It ha
happened.
it happened. Okay. And even that you couldn't extract the main meaning of the passage.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Some
Another
subjects are
uh-huh.
difficult.
Uh-huh. Okay. Another question, Nada. Do you think that it is really important to understand the meaning of every word in the passage?
I think maybe 80% at least.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It will help me to get the main idea.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, the next question. What do you enjoy about reading in English and what you don't, or what don't you enjoy about reading in English?
I enjoy when I see when I learn new vocab.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, what I don't like is, um, for example, one word is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know it, for example, uh, and it's the main idea of the text.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be able to understand.
Okay, Nada, but what shall we do? What if I really encounter a certain word in any passage and I don't know the exact meaning of this word? Maybe this word is going to be a keyword. What do you do?
I translated.
Okay, okay, okay. Now you told me, Nada, that you are trying to learn new vocab. Now, how do you learn this vocab? Do you check up the meaning of this vocab?
Yes, and the way how they use it in the sentence.
Bravo. In context,
I try
exactly.
to, yeah, I'm trying
Mm,
to use it. For example, I read it in a loud sound,
bravo.
loud
Hmm.
voice.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and try
Hmm.
to use it.
You are trying to use it, Nada, in speaking or in writing?
In speaking, because once I use it in a conversation,
Mhm.
I'm sure I will not forget it again.
Oh, bravo. So if you want to practice a certain word, you have to check the way this word is
Uh,
pronounced. Okay?
yeah.
And absolutely, you have to practice writing this word because you need it in writing.
Uh, uh.
Okay. Now, the final question about warm-up questions, which is imagine your life 1 year from now. What kinds of things will you be reading in English?
I would like to read. um, the difficult text,
Mhm.
more complicated,
Yeah.
and I would like also to speak fluently,
Mhm. Mhm.
without thinking. Uh, uh, yes, that's it.
You will, Nada. Okay. If you want to ask me about the reason why I asked you these warm-up questions, I want to check your strong and weak points in reading because we have to solve them later, Nada.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Thank you so much. Now I think it's the time to go into details. Let's try to talk about the structure again. Nada, the structure of reading section. Absolutely, there is an update, as I told you,
Mm,
about reading section. Now let's discuss this update. Absolutely, Nada, it's not enough to know English, to be really good at English. Yes, absolutely. To be good at English is really important, but you have to be familiar with the structure of any section just to be ready for any question. Okay, now let me try to ask you these questions and try to answer me if you can. This is about the structure of reading section. Now, number one is for a complete the words task. So the first task is completing a word. This is the first task in reading section. Now, you will have to complete how many words you should complete for the first task. What do you think? Guess a number.
um, for it, so I have to complete
Mhm.
word
Okay, let me tell you, Nada, that I have to complete 10 words. Okay?
in a text, يعني small text.
And a short text. Thank you. The reading passage will be a short text or a short paragraph.
Mm,
Okay, Nada? So
mm,
this is exactly the first task, a short paragraph or text or passage as you mentioned. So a short paragraph. So this is exactly what you will be shown in the first task in the reading section. Now, task two for a read in daily life. So, task two is about reading in daily life passage task. Now, you will have to answer up to what number of questions do you think?
uh, 10, let's say 10 question.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me tell you that only three questions.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
And if you want to tell me about the length of passages or passage, it will be from 15 to 20 to 150 words. Okay, Nada?
Mm.
So this is the length.
The answer you mean
No, I
will
mean
be
the
from
length.
15
No, the length of the passage.
passage قصدك paragraph.
Exactly. Okay?
Mm,
Uh-huh.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Nada, the kind of passage or paragraph I will encounter in task two in reading section could be a sign. This is number one. Or could be a social media post. This is number two. Or could be an advertisement. Okay,
Mm,
or any type
okay.
of text you would encounter in your daily life. When I say
Mm-hmm.
a sign, I mean like a notice. Okay,
Mm, okay.
so again, it's about daily life. Okay,
Mm,
so this is task two. Now, task three in the reading section. Now, task three is about or for a read an academic passage. It is the
mm.
longest. I don't want to say the hardest, but let me say the longest. Now, you will have to answer up to what the questions? What do you think?
Um, 7.
Okay, let me tell you that five questions.
Mm,
Okay. Now, the length of the passage is about 200, approximately, not exactly, approximately 200 words.
mm,
Okay, Nada?
okay.
So you notice that the first task is about only a short paragraph. This is really easy. Now, task two is a little bit harder because you will have a passage which is about 15, approximately 15. to 150 words, and you have to answer all the three questions. The final one is the longest one, which is a passage about 200, approximately 200 words, and you have to answer five questions.
So in
Okay.
total, it's about 8 questions.
Exactly. Approximately, Nada. Maybe,
Mm.
maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more.
More. Mm.
Okay. But this is
Okay.
the approximate number of questions about reading section. So this is exactly what we will practice, Nada, in the next video. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Now, this is, or this a question is for you, because I think I have already asked you this question. And now let me ask you this question again. Now let's imagine that you are reading a passage. What should you do to succeed on understanding and solving all the questions in reading the passage? To do so, Nada, to be honest, you have to apply three skills to understand the passage and to be able to answer all questions or to answer
Mm.
all the three tasks. Now, what
Mm.
do you think? What are the three skills I have to apply just to understand and answer all the questions in the passage? Can you guess?
I think I have to read it slowly and
Mhm, mhm,
carefully.
mhm,
I will try to get the, as you said, the keywords,
mhm,
find the main idea,
mhm, mhm,
um, and um, and to know the type of the text.
mhm. Oh,
What is it? Mm.
okay, thank you so much, Nada. Okay. Nada, first of all, you don't have to read the text slowly at all. Okay? You
Mm.
don't
Mm.
have time to read the text slowly, but you have to read the text fast.
Mm.
Okay, why? Because you have to apply two skills. The first skill you have to apply is scan. We will discuss this into details. And the first skill you have to apply is skim the passage. So scan and skim. Two S's should be applied while reading. Okay?
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
absolutely. I will explain all of them, Nada. Now,
Mm.
the first skill you have to apply is identifying the main idea. Okay? Identifying the main idea. We will discuss that into details later, as I told you. So if I want to identify the main ideas, Nada, I don't have to read slowly at all. I have to read fast.
Mm.
Okay? Two,
Okay.
I have to scan the texts. Why? Because scanning, Nada, is about searching for specific information. Okay?
Mm.
I don't have to read the full passage. Absolutely, I don't have time. But I have to
Mm.
scan this passage, but I have to scan these passages because I'm searching for only specific information. Okay?
Okay.
Now, skill number three, you have to apply just to answer all the questions in reading section is to guess the meaning. This is step or skill number three. Now, guessing the meaning, I mean guessing the meaning of words in context. And I
Mm.
will teach you an amazing skill, how to do skill number three. So these are the three skills, Nada, you have to apply exactly to be able to answer all the questions in the TOEFL, in the reading section in TOEFL exam. Now let's go into details. What do I mean by identifying the main idea, which is skill number one, scanning texts, absolutely for specific information. This is skill number two,
Mm.
and guessing the meaning. Now I think it's a time to tell you or to show you the meaning of these skills into details. This is number one, Nada. Number one is identifying the main ideas. Now, absolutely, I have to ask myself, Nada, these WH questions to know the main meaning of the passage. Who, which is talking about people. What, which is talking about things. When, which is talking about time. Where, which is talking about place. How, which is talking about how things work, or maybe for reason.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
So this is exactly how to check or find the main meaning of the passage. Okay, now the next skill is scan texts, absolutely, just to check or to look for specific information. Let me zoom it in just to be able to see it clearly. Now, I have to practice how to identify the important details. I have to check, I have to search for specific information, especially for important details. And absolutely, you have to be careful because if you want to do it, you have to check the supporting details in the text, Nada.
Mm.
So if I want to scan to search for specific details, I can find these details in the supporting details just to do to scan. It's not about the main meaning. The main meaning is not to look for the supporting details, Nada. Nada,
Mm.
all the time. If you want to search for the main meaning or the main idea, all the time the writer should mention the main idea, maybe in the beginning of the paragraph or maybe at the end of the paragraph, but not in examples and details. Now, if you want to check or search for specific information, yes, the specific information is in supporting details. Let me say, which is in the middle of the paragraph.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
Nada?
Okay.
Okay, now we have to apply this. Don't worry. We have to apply these skills now with in a certain passage. Now, the final skill you have to be careful of, Nadan. I think that this skill is extremely important, which is guessing the meaning of words in context. Now,
Mm.
absolutely, there are certain groups of words and because of these words, I can guess the meaning of certain words. Now, I have to analyze the vocab, Nada, and I have
Uh,
to check the word. All the time, I have to check the word. I have to check the roots
mm.
of words. And absolutely, I have to remove, for example, prefixes, suffixes, just to check the meaning of this word.
Mm.
Sometimes, Nada, if I want to write the base form of the verb, for example, or any word like a noun, I will know its meaning. For example, let me write conscious. Okay, Nada, this is conscious.
Mm.
Now I know, maybe let me say that you know the meaning of conscious. For example, or sometimes the writer is going to add a prefix like
Mm.
unconscious.
Consciousness.
Bravo.
Mm.
So notice that an is a prefix. And other times, maybe the writer is going to add a suffix like unconsciousness.
Conscious.
Bravo.
Mm.
So all the time you have to be careful. It doesn't mean if the word is really long, maybe you don't know its meaning. Sometimes it is enough to remove the prefixes and suffixes just to be able to check the real meaning of a certain
Mm.
vocab, which is conscious. Okay?
Mm.
Now, Nada,
It
yes.
happened. It,
Mm.
it happened once before when I was
Uh-huh.
doing the IELTS, the writing exam.
Mhm.
The question was talk about the ambition and how ambition is important in our life.
Mhm.
وانا ما كنت اعرف شو يعني ambition.
Yes.
يعني
Nada,
المين
yes.
ايديا ما كنت عارفة
Mhm.
بس انه صرت احاول انه شو هو الامبورتنت قلت يمكن قصدهم تفاؤل بالخير يمكن قصدهم هيك يعني صرت اكتب هدول الاشياء قريبة كتير عليها واكثر بارت عملت فيه منيح هو هيدا.
Okay, bravo. By the way, okay. Nada, I think it is the time now to tell you how to check or how to know the meaning of a certain vocab. Let me tell you, Nada, that the writer maybe should include a certain clue in the text to make you know the meaning of a certain vocab. I think it's the time to explain how to guess the meaning of a certain word. Now, I want you, Nada, to listen to me carefully because
Mm.
what I'm going to explain is extremely important. Okay? And to
Mm.
be honest, what is happening to the students is something normal. I'm not, that a professional, for example, just to know the meaning of every word in passages. Sometimes I'm not even native speakers. Mm.
Mm.
Even native speakers don't really know the meaning of all words in the passage. Now, let me teach you how to do it. This is about context clues. So let me open this file and let me now tell you the exact way or the best way to know the meaning of the unknown words because maybe these words are going to be keywords, Amnada, and without knowing the meaning of these words, maybe it is really hard to try to check the main idea of the passage. Okay, now let me tell you the exact way that I have to apply to check the meaning of the unknown words. Another, all the time, if you want to check the meaning of a certain word, you have to check these four steps. You have to check the example the writer is going to mention. If there is no example, search for synonyms about the unknown word. If there is or there are no synonyms, you have to search for antonyms. If there is no
Mm.
any antonym, you have to search for the definition of the unknown word. Now, let me show you. Now, here we have an example, and let me show you how to search for these or to apply these steps just to be able to know the meaning of the unknown words. Let me tell you and let me show you how the four steps are will applied here. The text is saying it was time for the band to march on the field. The crowd was ecstatic. Now let's imagine, Nada, that you don't know the meaning of ecstatic, okay?
Mm.
Now, let me show you how the writer is going to mention an example just to tell you the meaning of ecstatic. Now, the writer is going to mention this example. The example is saying people screamed and cheered, showing their excitement. So, this is an example about the meaning of ecstatic. Now, if I want to tell you now that people screamed and cheered, showing their excitement, what do I mean?
Ecstatic.
Ecstatic, exactly. So this is the meaning of ecstatic. Notice the writer mentioned an example for you, for the reader, to know the meaning of this unknown word. Okay?
Mm. Mm.
Now, if the
Okay.
writer is not going to mention any examples, he is going to show you a certain synonym for the unknown word. Let me show you. Now let me complete reading. The music intensified. I don't know the meaning of intensified, but I have to
Mm.
complete reading. So the music intensified or increased in
Mm.
volume. Now notice the writer showed you the word increased. And I
Mm.
think you know the meaning of increased. Here, Nada, because the using of this conjunction of these two words, or and,
Mm.
which means the writer is going to show you the second meaning of this word. Now, the second meaning of intensified is increased. Now, because you know the meaning of increased, you will know the meaning of intensified because they have the same meaning and they are synonyms.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
So this is another way to check the meaning of the unknown word. Now let's imagine
Mm.
that there is no example in the passage. There is no synonym at all. If it is like this, you have to search for antonyms. Let me read and show you this example. Now, unlike her timid friends, I don't know the meaning of timid. Okay?
Mm.
But absolutely, I have to complete reading. Unlike her timid friends, Morgan was unafraid. Okay. Now I want to Nada to check the meaning of unlike. Unlike is the opposite of something. Am I right?
Yes.
Bravo. Now, the opposite of being timid is what?
Afraid.
Unafraid. So what is the opposite meaning of unafraid? It is what?
Timid.
Afraid.
Timid.
Bravo. Afraid or timid. So this is step number 3. Notice how the writer Amnada showed you a certain antonym just to tell you the meaning of the unknown word. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
if there is no example at all, if there is no synonym at all, no antonym at all, you have to search for the definition. Keep in mind, Nada, that sometimes the writer is going to define the unknown words. Let me show you this example because I want to complete reading. Now, as we said, unlike her timid friends, Morgan was unafraid to perform in front of the roaring crowd, gave, sorry, a standing ovation. Now, I don't know the meaning of ovation. Notice how the writer is going to define the word ovation here. Now, ovation means when the fans stood and clapped to show their appreciation for such a great performance.
Mm.
So, what is the meaning of ovation?
The fans stood and clapped to show their
Exactly.
appreciation.
Okay, Nada.
Mm.
So
Okay.
these are the clues I have to search for just to know the meaning of the unknown words. And
Mm.
absolutely, now we have to practice this, Nada. I'm going to show you later a text or an example. You have to do exactly the same to know the meaning of the unknown words. This skill is extremely important. I apply or I search for these 4 steps all the time, Nada, to check the meaning of the unknown words. Because
Mm.
absolutely every professional writer is going to mention these steps because absolutely the writer shouldn't be ambiguous. Any successful writer should be clear, should be simple, because he's writing, for example, a certain book for all readers.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
So this is exactly what I have to apply for the IELTS, for the TOEFL exam. These are the 3 skills, Nada, you have to apply. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now I think it's the time to practice. Now I want you, Nada, to apply these 3 skills that we have just practiced, just to learn them and just to apply them in the final exam. Okay, now we have a passage, Nada, and absolutely, as I told you, the passage is about daily life passage. And let me now show you this passage. Absolutely, you have to read this passage because you have to answer these questions. Now, I'm going to give you a certain time to read this passage fast. You have to learn how to read the passage fast, Nada, not too slowly. Because as I told you, you don't have enough time in the final
How many
exam.
minutes I have for reading the passage?
Huh?
How many minutes I have for reading?
You have to finish it in an ideal time, not only one passage.
Mm.
Nada, maybe we have 2 passages.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not only once, maybe twice. Okay. Uh, okay, let me open the book twice. I think this idea is really better than only opening the book only once. Yes, I think this is. Wait, because here I have to show you the questions. Yes, I think we have already. Yes, this is the passage exactly. Let me zoom it in, or let me make the screen like this, because here I want to show you the questions, and here I want you to read the passage slowly. To read the passage fast, I'm sorry. I'm trying just to adjust my screen. I think, wait, I know that the handwriting is a little small, but I will do my best. Nada, okay. Nada, please now, I want you to try to read this passage fast, okay? When you finish, tell me.
Okay. The one. Wait. But can you?
Um,
I zoom it. I zoom it.
yeah, you can zoom it using your fingers
Mm,
exactly.
mm. Okay, I finished.
Okay. Nada, be careful because in the final exam, you don't have to start reading the passage at all. You have to start reading the questions first.
Mm,
Okay? You have to read
okay.
the first question, answer it. When you finish, read the second one, answer it. Don't start reading the passage, then answer the questions because you will lose your time. If you want to ask me why I asked you to read this passage fast, because we are practicing now, Nada. Okay?
Mm, okay.
Okay, now before we start, Nada, can you give me a certain title of this passage?
The self-awareness and consciousness
The self-awareness and consciousness of what?
for anyone.
For
For
anyone,
animals.
for any one of us.
No, no,
Okay,
animals. Animals.
for animals. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. This title is really good. Now, the first question is Nada. Um, now, what is the word milestone in the first sentence is closest to the meaning of what?
The development. Uh, yeah, I have to take it from the text, find it in the
Exactly.
text.
Yes.
Meaning of milestone.
Yes, you have to apply the four steps I have just told you. Examples,
Mm.
synonyms, antonyms, definitions.
Very young children,
The
or
meaning, the meaning
it's
of,
not the meaning, but they mean this period.
no, I'm asking you about the meaning of milestone. Nada, what is the meaning of milestone in the passage?
I can't find a synonym in the text.
Okay, if there is no synonym, search for an example, search for antonym, search for definition.
I don't know.
Okay, let me help you. Okay. Notice, Nada, in the beginning of the passage, very young children cannot recognize themselves in the mirror. They
Mm.
usually achieve this milestone. Now, milestone means the ability to recognize oneself in the mirror is
But
considered to be a thing.
this one, it's one of the development. I
Mhm.
can't. That's why I didn't choose it because I can't consider it a definition for milestone.
Yeah, yes, it is. It is the key component of self-awareness and consciousness. So this is the
Yeah.
meaning of milestone.
مم.
Okay,
but
Nadas.
بس هي مايلستون ما بتعني هيك، قصدي انه هن عم يحكوا عن شغله من المايلستون، عن وحده منهم.
Okay, what is it? Okay, I know, but what is it?
مايلستون، انا قصدي مايلستون هي كل الديفلوبمنت اللي بصير يعني، بس هن هون اخذوا منا هذا ال recognizing ourselves.
Exactly. In the mirror as a key component of self-awareness.
Mm.
Okay, Nada.
Okay.
So this is question number one. Question number two. Now we have, or the question is, a test question asks you why scientists put colored marks on animals' bodies.
The question is written.
Yes, this is the question, Nada.
I was zooming the screen.
This is it. Why? Wait, let me zoom it in. Maybe it is, yes, small, but let
Okay.
me, yes, I think this is better. Okay. So this is exactly the question. The question is saying why scientists put colored marks on animals' bodies.
I have to take the answer from the text, or
Yeah,
I can.
absolutely. Everything is from the text, Nada.
Mm. They put the colored mark because they are doing the mirror test
Bravo.
and to show the reflection in a mirror.
Exactly. Exactly, exactly. So this is it.
Mm.
Okay, Nada? Okay.
Okay.
Now let me wait. I think when we answered the question number one, which is about milestone, which skill did you apply, Nada? Skill number one, skill number two, or skill number three? Skill number one, identifying main idea. Skill number two.
Maybe because I know the meaning of it.
Mhm,
Maybe from before. Maybe that's.
mhm.
I think like definition we can say.
Yeah, this is skill number three.
Mm.
Yes. Now, what about the next one? When I asked you about the reason why scientists put colored marks on animals, what skill
Uh,
did you
uh,
apply?
I don't identify.
Identifying the main idea. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Nada.